Alright, what's up, yins, guys? I'm gonna say a few words about that crap that was going on, crap that is going on all over in public schools these days. I never cared for public schools back when I was a kid, but it's actually evidently getting worse. One kid with an N.R.A. t-shirt. From what I understand, some other kids defiantly put on N.R.A. t-shirts afterwards, but it escalated to a point where the people in the school decided to call the cops on the dude and get him this big old fine, which I guess, since the school is an indoctrination pen anyway, they want you to learn how to read and write and be literate. But really, anything that's any school that's run by government and authority, they don't want you to be literate and smart so that you can develop an opinion. You know, it's just like George Carlin said in his comedy videos that people put on YouTube. They want to generate obedient workers and obedient followers and sheep. They want you smart and intelligent enough to run the machines or do the paperwork, whatever you do. And of course knock up a bunch of kids, and they can hold over your head if you don't behave this way. They can have your kids taken off of you, you know, and all that stuff too. But yeah, they want everybody to be obedient and send you to school and teach you how they decide that you should behave. And then if everything politically changes, like whatever you're supposed to be tolerant, the kind of different aspects of tolerance they want to teach you and all that, if that changes from year to year or for generation to generation, they want to try something new, and for political reasons they want to educate somebody, some kind of other kind of moral platform, then you got to be obedient to it. And they start out with brainwashing the kids. But anyway, this deal happened where I guess they got the cops involved, and since the kid didn't stop talking, he got charges filed against him. You know, it's one of them deals what I preach about, that people want to tell you to, don't you dare walk away from me when I'm trying to tell you something. Yeah, I don't know when, you know, young kids, well, there's reasonable disciplines, you know, for our own benefit, so we don't burn the house down or accidentally, you know, get a hold of power tools as a real small kid and cut our fingers off. You know, I'm not against things like that, you know, but ever since we're young, something else is behind. Something else seems to be behind these teachings where they want to tell you, don't you walk away from me when I'm trying to tell you something. Don't you give me these dirty looks or whatever, or stare me down, or give me no snake eyes or anything when I'm talking to you. Because nowadays, I mean, if somebody in authority is telling you or ordering you or telling you you better shut up or you better this or better that, or even people that are non-authority, I preached about that before. Certain kind of hierarchies, whether you're in college or high school or workplaces, there's this social hierarchy, and then there's the street daddy, the drinking crowds, the bar crowds. There's this hierarchy where if you're not obedient to a certain clique, or if you don't beg to be graced to be a part of a certain clique, or if you disagree with something, or if you're smart with somebody, they can get their strong men to keep you in line. And if you do anything about it to push back, you're the one that's violent. Say if they indicate they have the world on their side. Just like there's a book called The BS Syndrome that you go on Amazon.com and get old copies of it. He literally, one of his statements he made in the book, the author of The BS Syndrome, Victor Salupo, or whatever his name is. I used to own the book. I actually regret letting go of that book. I had to go and order another one. But he said these people, literally quoted in his book, people like this indicate that God, the government, and the majority are on their side. Well, and then for the people that want to be in authority over you, don't believe in God, they believe their daddy they put in place is the moral platform that you should be obedient to too, you know what I mean? But But anyway, what I'm proposing for people with this attitude, that I don't think all police are bad, but it depends on the neighborhood. I mean, I know a couple in my local area that went beyond the call here and there. But, there are, whatever these towns, they're putting in, one of our biggest kind of fears that that they want to do, nothing against our military, I mean, nothing against the veterans, like some of our relatives that served, that are people like you and me, our neighbors and stuff like that. Nothing against them, but there's the talk that people want to put in police and military, out with the old guard, in with the new, put assholes in, what I mean, so that they can enforce their bullshit on people. There's always a concern there. But some of my proposals, what I wanted to get to, just to spite bullshit like this, I mean, having some kid arrested and fined just for not shutting up over an N.R.A. t-shirt in the school calling the cops. I mean, God. Just to spite that, I'm basically, hey, my videos speak for themselves. I basically indicate I made a video like this, my version of an N.R.A. demonstration. I mean, people should do bare knuckle push-ups right on the cement, one-handed, and walk around on them a little bit. If I had my way, if I could, I would get a lot of the people like that to do that in a protest and raise their fists in the air. Yeah, I use a theme song, a heavy metal group called Prong that I listen to. I use the one song as a theme song, Whose Fist Is This Anyway? And I'm basically calling on people, don't just cling to the guns. There's other ways you got to show these jerks show these make a joke out of these jerks. Show these jerks show them that you mean business. Don't just cling to the guns. That's why I'm advocating the exercises that I am doing, which I had a lot of people on every side of the fence that like it, and some of it hate it with every fiber of their existence. And that's whether I'm on YouTube or not, I'm advocating that. I think that if you're in the N.R.A., you should do as much of this stuff as possible. I mean, to show whether you got to be smugly showing people that whether I have a gun or not, show that you mean business. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying to go and get yourself in any kind of a trouble, like and give the authorities an excuse to actually legitimately throw you in jail. But yeah, I believe you should be able to train with bare knuckle push-ups and bare knuckle walking, like I demonstrate in these videos, so that you can walk around with a smirk on your face or a chip on your shoulder, and you can walk away from whoever the hell you please, or anybody that wants to stick their finger in your face and tell you what you better do or you better not do, or that you better shut up, or anybody that tells you that they're tired of your mouth, and indicate the consequences that might come upon you, and these consequences you have brought on yourself. Yeah, that's what they want to. That's what they were saying about the kid that got arrested and fined over the N.R.A. t-shirt and brought the cops in. They want the public and the majority of the people to be sheep and say, well, he brought it on himself. And the next thing that'll happen, you and me, if we have a weight set in a punching bag in our house and we smugly disagree or hate something, then we can be branded as terrorists too, and maybe get picked up or questioned or a psychological evaluation. You know what I mean? That's actually what they want. I mean, yeah, that's complete. Yeah, so anyway, make no mistake about it, folks. I mean, all the stuff you see on the YouTube, the kind of training that I'm doing, it's fun too, and it's challenging. And I also tried to propose it as a substitute for these people that are doing that self-harm crap. But some of them I've been getting hate mail and hate comments because of it, because it's something that you think will somewhat cure the problem and give you something, replace it with a sense of accomplishment, you know what I mean, and build you up. If it don't fit their narrative, they hate it and they belittle it and attack it, so you know what I mean. But so yeah, whether I'm on YouTube or not, I'm advocating it, put it that way. And there's a little bit of for the sake of making it a training facility and a machine, yeah, I want to use, I've talked about it before, using ritualistic style increments, you know, and I've preached about that instead of people believing in things like rituals, like for magic, like you're gonna, some magic spell is gonna do something for you. I wanted to make it more like patterns, like a lot of things you see on YouTube that of other cultures that are using certain implements for exercise, and some people use it for dance too, but I wanted it to be fun at the same time. But the fist part of it, you know, the bare knuckle fist part of it is very essential. And I think if you're an N.R.A. person, a gun person, the more of this you're able to do, the better. You know what I mean? You want to show people that you mean business. I mean that if you do get your gun, that means they're not going to put their hands on you or stick their finger in your face and tell you that you better shut up or to stop running your mouth, and you better be obedient to the big daddy or else, because we're going to work as hard as we can to make the public think that that if you got fined or arrested or any kind of crap, or you get socially ostracized, yeah, we're going to do work. I'm saying this with a sarcastic tone, put it that way, that yeah, they're saying that yeah, you'll be destitute, you won't be able to get a job nowhere, and plus we'll have you arrested and fined, and we'll make sure the public believes that you brought it on yourself. That's what they want. That's what people want, to enforce their obedience. They would rather, instead of people fighting for their rights, they would rather have the public, they want to belittle the fact that you stand up for your rights, and they want to teach you, instead of sticking up for a person and standing up for them, that they brought it on themselves. And then they want to tell you yet to pick and choose if somebody else is being victimized out there, like, you know, tell you how to think and feel about it for their political reasons. But yeah, you're not allowed to think critically on your own. But anyway, that's this end of this video here, and it's my 15 minutes. See you next time.